This whole thing is presented as some kind of very radical thing, but when I went to college, a city college in New York, which was a great college, they didn't have tuition, and in fact, they had free textbooks. And Colin Powell was in my class, and we didn't think that was something radical. We thought that was our right to go to college, and we got into City College, and we thought, the taxpayers are helping us out, and then we're going to be paying a lot of taxes the rest of our life to pay them back. That was the whole deal of public education. And this idea that somehow, even at state universities, kids pay a lot in tuition, and you got to go broke and, start out life in debt. That's the radical and dangerous idea. And Jill Stein is absolutely, makes perfect sense. So I don't know what the controversy is about. It's really a choice of where do you want to allocate your resources. And the Obama administration made a decision, just like the Bush administration, to allocate resources to keep the banks solvent. That was a gift to them. There's no morality to it. There's no justice. There's no logical reasoning other than you want to favor one group of people. At the same time, they didn't help the homeowners who lost their houses. That was another decision they made. So here Jill Stein comes along with a sensible way in which the federal government can weigh in and do something for people. And John Oliver says that's wonkers. It's crazy. If you look at the Hillary Clinton meeting with Goldman Sachs, the 3 meetings, did you look at that WikiLeaks released? Where she sits there with Lloyd Blankfein, the head of Goldman Sachs, for 3 sessions and get $750,000. Anyway,
I didn't know. I haven't seen those WikiLeaks emails. No, I haven't. Tell me about them.
Oh, well, they got the transcripts, and in those transcripts, she says Alan Greenspan told her he didn't even understand collateralized debt obligations and credit default swaps, and yet he's, and Lawrence Summers didn't understand it, and Robert Rubin didn't understand it. Well, those are the SOBs who got the law changed to make all of that junk legal, prevent any regulation of it. It was called the Commodity Futures Modernization Act in 2000 when Bill Clinton was a lame duck president. He did it with the Republicans in the Senate, Phil Graham and others. Phil Graham went on to work for UBS after his wife was on board of Enron. So these people are a bunch of crooks, and they can change all of this economic reality when they feel like it. And then in her speeches to Goldman Sachs, Robert Rubin came from Goldman Sachs to become Treasury Secretary and to get rid of Glass-Steagall and do all this stuff that wrecked the economy. And she had the nerve at that meeting to say, oh, if you want to lose a fortune, Robert Rubin told me, if you want to lose a fortune, go work in Washington. Well, that's just nonsense. Robert Rubin got the law changed so that Citigroup, this biggest bank in the world, would be legal because he got rid of Glass-Steagall, saying investment banks and commercial banks couldn't merge. And what did he do? He steps down, makes Lawrence Summers Treasury Secretary, and he goes to work for that bank, for Citigroup. He gets $15 million a year for walking around without his shoes on, seeming to be interested in stuff. And they become a big subprime mortgage bundler with all those collateralized debt obligations. And they get bailed out by the Fed. So if Jill Stein wants to use the power of the Fed to bail out students, that's considered wild and crazy. But you bail out the banks that caused the whole problem, and that's considered sane? Come on. These people are just lying to us. They know they're lying to us. It's deceitful.